Good morning, everyone. This video is finally done after several failed attempts. So hopping right in, I'm going to show you guys what you need to achieve this blue mermaid color. I have Adore Blue Black, Royal Navy, Indigo Blue, Emerald, Clover, and Baby Blue, some gloves, some mixing bowls, some T-pins, some clips, some Got2b hairspray, and some cheap conditioner. So first thing I did was I sprayed the frontal with Got2b and let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then I sprayed one more layer. And that just protects the lace from turning black because I do want to go in with a super black root. And to get the most precise color, I decided to put this on a wig head with some T-pins in the order that I'll be putting the hair in my client's head. So that way the colors fall exactly where I need them to go. So here I'm showing you Emerald and Baby Blue. I'm just going to put one of each color inside of each different mixing bowl, and then I'm going to add some conditioner to each one. And then the last one I just used Clover, and it was kind of blue, so I added in some of the Arctic Fox green. I think it's called Neverland, and I went ahead and just mixed that in just to give it like a more green undertone. So this is the color that my client wanted, and I'm just going to go in with this blonde hair, and I'm going to show you how I applied the color. I start at the ends first, and I make sure to put the lightest color on the ends, and then I'll just go in with either the green or the darker blue shade, and I'll just go back and forth. I switch it up. I don't have like a method to this. I kind of just eyeball it and say I want this to be dark green, light green, blue, and so on and so forth. And I make sure that I had a black towel next to me also. I forgot to mention that earlier. And what the black towel does is I can wipe my hands off after each color, so that way I'm not mixing all the colors together. This process altogether probably took me about 2 hours. I like to take my time, but in the end, y'all saw the color. Like, the color was fucking bomb. Like, so you just gotta take your time, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna speed this up because I don't want this to be 55 minutes long. I had to get this down to 5 minutes. Somehow I did. As you can see, you can kind of see the green peeking through, and you can also see the blue. And I'm just kind of going back and forth, creating my own little pattern. There's no specific method to how I place my colors. I just kind of eyeball it and say I need more green here, I want more blue there, so on and so forth. And I'm working from the bottoms up to the roots. And now I'm just going in with that Royal Navy, because as it gets towards the top, the color does get darker. So as I started moving up towards the top of the head, I just started putting some of that Royal Navy on there, and then some of that black, just to make it more intense. And honestly, looking back at this, I wish I would have put a little bit more black, but I didn't want to make it too dark. But next time, if I do a color like this, I'm going to go in a little bit more with the black. This part is pretty self-explanatory. I don't want to talk your ears off too much. Just keep watching, and you can kind of see how I place the colors on here. So now we are at the frontal part, and what I did was I applied the Royal Navy first on the end, well, kind of like in the middle, and then some of them I didn't go all the way to the ends, and I'll show you that in a second. But I like halfway down, like 2/3 down towards the middle or towards the end, I placed the Royal Navy. And some pieces I let the Royal Navy go all the way down, and then some pieces I added blue, added green, and then this is how it should be looking. And now I'm just going in with that blue black, and I'm just applying this very carefully, just a tiny bit. I don't oversaturate my brush. I kind of leave it a little bit dry because I don't want to spill this all on the scalp and then have a whole bunch of black dots everywhere. Not cute. So I'm going to split this, and then I'm going to apply just a tiny bit of the black under and above, and then I'm going to continue to do the same thing all the way around, being very, very careful with this part. Now, it's okay if you do get a couple drops on here because we have the spray, but the goal is to not oversaturate blonde lace with black, because that shit looks terrible. And this is what my client's paying me for, so of course I had to get it right. So I'm just showing you guys, literally this part took me 1,000 years, but I'm just showing you how I applied the black on here. And as you can see, like, it's coming together. And when you are all done, I like to go across the band towards the back where the frontal meets the first track, and I like to just apply a little bit more black, just so you can't see that that blonde, the blonde string. And I'm just going over the blue black with a little bit more. Now I'm going over the navy with a little bit more blue black. It's early, y'all. It's like 7 o'clock. I'm trying to do this voiceover. And there you have it. That's pretty much it. I think this color came out so bomb. My client loved it. I loved it. It's first time trying to do all these colors by hand. I am not a watercolor girl. I'm old school. I like to do everything by hand just because I feel like you can't replicate this. Like, it's going to take you a minute to try to recreate this. With watercolor, it's kind of like you can just dip it and get the same shit. I don't like being the same as everybody else. I like my shit to be kind of difficult, so you got to pay me to do it. I'm just keeping it 100. Okay, so colors all applied, and now I'm going to just go to a snippet of my client. For those of you who didn't see it, this is how it should look towards the end. Bomb, y'all. Bomb. Like, I did that. This is how it looked on my client. Because I did mix it with conditioner, it came out a little bit lighter, which is actually what she wanted. But look at this, guys. You see the green, you see the blue, a little bit of everything. Thank you guys so much for watching my first IGTV video. And if you're not already following me, follow your girl on YouTube and Instagram. Bye, everyone.